Give me what I want!
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold of franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Two-Code in the building. Bro, what's good?
Man, what's good? What's going down, man? What is happening? What's up to the people, man? Happy holidays, man. I hope everyone had a safe and warm holiday. But we back, man. We back, man. We here, man, to sit here and chop it up with the people. Kimberly, what's happening? I ain't seen you in a while, mama. Hope you had a great, wonderful holiday. But yeah, man, we your boys are back, man. So let's get into it, man.
Hey, man, look, we back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Hey, man, so first of all, let my man say, just want to reiterate, man, hopefully everybody had a happy holiday season, man. I know me and mines, we kind of had to take some time off, your boy franchise had to regroup a little bit. Shout out to the man right here, man, the man with the plan, my brother, my co-host and everything we do with the GOW for understanding and giving me such time. But with that being said, man, we are back to do what we do best, and that's talk to y'all. And what better way than to come back and talk to y'all than to give y'all a shoot from the hip? And we're going to be honest, real talk for real fans. Neither him or I watched too much wrestling the last week or so. So what we decided to do was, since WWE decided to do an end-of-the-year recap, we gonna do it.
I mean, yeah, not to say that we didn't keep up with what was happening. We just might not watch all of what happened.
Nah,
we know what happened though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, man. Just a little bit.
Right. Just a tittle.
But no, all right, man. So, let's talk about it, man. So this year, man, 2022, all across the board for professional wrestling, man, the year has been nuts. When you look at the year a guy like Matt Cardona has had, when you look at, a guy like Nick Gage stepping into the ring with Chris Jericho, when you look at, New Japan and AEW holding the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which did crazy numbers. When you look at how we started off the year with Mickie James facing Deonna Purrazzo and the Texas Death Match, and then within that same month, Mickie James, current Impact Knockouts Champion, representing Impact Wrestling as such, coming to WWE, fighting in the Royal Rumble, and then a mere 4.5 months later, you get the godfather of sports entertainment, the creator of sports entertainment, the man single-handedly is associated with professional wrestling, Vince McMahon. He steps down at the allegations and everything else. And then you got Triple H taking over. You got old timers coming back. You got people who got let go coming back. You got Cody Rhodes, AEW original, former EVP. We never thought it would happen. At the beginning of the year, started off as an AEW superstar and an AEW vice president. A quarter of the way through, he's back fighting for the WWE Championship.
Right.
Bro, let's break everything down. Let's slow it down. Okay. What is Two-Code's favorite moment of 2022? It ain't got to be WWE. It ain't got to be AEW. It ain't got to be Impact. It could be whatever you want it to be. What is your favorite moment? Or what's your most shocking
moment? Quite a few moments. As far as 2022, really, having Bray Wyatt back, that was really, that was really cool to have him back. Not gonna lie, Matt Riddle and RK Bro, for me, they were a definitely different type of they were just a different type of vibe for a group. The bloodline was the bloodline. AEW wise, I mean, you had the Forbidden Door, which it had some good matches and definitely gave you some different outlooks on some different people. I can't really say there was a particular thing. Roman Reigns squashed through everybody, so that was what it was. The Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, I had hoped that would have been something, but that turned out to be nothing. Karrion Kross returned, didn't really turn out to much. Neither did Braun. It was really hard for me for 2022, man. War Games was cool. I'm trying to. It really wasn't much. My boy Orange Cassidy, he won the Mid Atlantic Championship. My boy did his thing there. Jungle Boy had his coming out party. Hell, MJF won the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, even though it was all types of shenanigans and whatever. Uh, CM Punk is gone. The Elite are back. Man, a lot of things happened in 2022, but some good, some bad, some I don't know what else to think of it, but uh definitely an interesting year.
Man, okay, so speaking of interesting years, so let's talk about it. I mean, within this year alone, we had CM Punk as the AEW World Champion, not once, but twice. You had Chris Jericho becoming the Ring of Honor champion. You got Samoa Joe back on your TV screens on a regular basis. And then you got the return of Paige, now known as Saraya. And AEW, say what you want to say. There's been many comparisons to the fallen WCW and to a degree ECW. But and even the earlier part of TNA when it was known as WWE Light. One of the things you and I talked about is that it's unfair to label AEW as a knockoff of anything when you look at the quote unquote major company in WWE, the conglomerate.
Yeah.
WWE is nothing but a collection of a bunch of indie guys and girls. So, WWE is now with other companies were in the past. I mean, there's only so many places people can go. Eventually, you're going to cross paths and end up somewhere at the same time, somehow, someplace. Now, my thing is with AEW. It's Tony Khan, he's come out and said 2023 is going to have a new look, new feel, new presentation, new everything, new graphics, new set, new everything, right? He's going into 2023 with a bang, want to refresh an AEW, want to liven it up,
He's
want to make
buying up the old NBA on NBC theme song and bringing that.
yeah.
Man, he doing all types of, man. Tony's reaching in all types of different directions, man. He just, let me get this. Oh, let me get it. Let's do this. It's like, dude, where are you going, Tony? Where are you going?
Well, speaking of where are you going, so going back to my earlier statement about people, trying to call AEW the new WCW or ECW in a negative light, Tony Khan said, here's the issue with that. The thing is with me and my company, AEW is a family-run company. Nobody owns this, so that's the difference. AEW is Tony Khan and Shad Khan's company. And then, of course, you're getting backed by Warner Brothers Discovery and all that, but nobody can take AEW from you. So with that being said, with AEW being owned by Tony Khan and not necessarily the shareholders and stuff like that, how much of an advantage and or disadvantage do you think in your mind that is in the long run for AEW?
Well, let's without really knowing the true total loss or financial backing or whatever, the financial of what's going on with AEW. Something good has to be coming out of it for them to be doing what they're doing now, even with the flux of talent that they have. Now, mind you, they're not signing people to big, huge deals, but
that's true. Yeah.
They do have a collection of talent, and they allow people to go to other places and wrestle and still do their independent thing. So by them doing that and allowing guys to make money outside of the company and not just pigeonhole them like WWE does, it gives them flexibility. So financially, even though some people think it's a hit, I don't really think it's too much of a hit. Now they have advertisement, they're on TV, they're on commercials. They do have an international outlook. It's not the best. It could be a little wider, but they're working on that. And right now, and they're starting to do bigger arenas. They're starting to do, They're not doing the WWE ones, but they're doing the ones that's good enough for them, and that's bringing in enough people to sell it out and definitely bringing the attention. So, and honestly, man, you keep bringing in, and regardless of how good or bad it is, you keep bringing in people like Moneybag Yo and Rick Ross and all these other dudes. You know, you're bringing in mainstream media, so you're bringing in attention. If Tony sees the arrow some ways, this is year 4. I said it's going to take them 10 years. I said in 10 years, let's see where the company is at. If they can survive 10 years and got another good 10 years to run, then AEW is good. This is year 4. All right, let's see where you go now, Tony. You're where you pretty much got all the cards where you want them. You got your Ring of Honor that you're trying to build right back up. You're continuing to build the AEW roster. Let's see where you go. Let's see where it goes after this.
It's funny, man, you mentioned that, because the one thing that's always kind of kept professional wrestling relevant, and when you look at any major company, AEW, WCW, WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, Impact, they've always kept that pop cultural relevance. You know, back in the day, right, with WWE, you had the Mr. T's of the world, and then, you know, you so on and so forth. Then you go into WCW, where you had the Dennis Rodmans, right? And then, you know, you fast forward to, you know, WWE, you know, when they had, you know, the Cyndi Laupers and the Donald Trumps and the Mike Tysons, and then now you come fast forward now here in AEW, like you say, you got the got the Kevin Gates. You know, it's keeping your finger on the pulse of pop culture. And so that's that. But now I want to kind of shift gears a little bit, and I want to talk. I know we talked about Vince McMahon a lot. But now 2023 is shaping up to be the first entire calendar year where Vince McMahon will not be in charge of any wrestling related product, man. And for the first time in decades. How does that change the wrestling landscape moving forward in 2023?
I mean, it'll be something that people would have to get used to seeing. I honestly, we've gotten a good enough amount of time of it now, with Triple H taking over and Triple H, you know, Vince stepping down, Triple H taking over and whatnot. So as far as the product, as far as what we're seeing on TV, we've already seen it take shape. As far as the business side, everything seems to be going great. It seems to be going good with Tony Khan and Stephanie over there doing what they're doing. So, okay, cool. And these people Triple H bringing back don't seem to be affecting nothing. All right, cool. All right, bet. There's no reason, regardless to how Vince may feel about what the product is right now, or if all of these returns have panned out or not. Are some of these people going to need to take time to really get over? Obviously, a lot of them are going to have to take some time to get over. But I think that we got to be patient. We got to see how some of these can pan out. Right now, there's a story. Right now, this is the road to WrestleMania, and there's already certain things in the cars kind of built up. But we know with the way that they're structured now, with the 2-night WrestleManias and night, like, you know, you want to see some people built up. So when we get to WrestleMania, man, we're seeing new stars. So they're gonna do that, but we're gonna need some patience. And what comes with some of that patience is guys coming back from injury, guys not getting out for rehab and whatever, you know, and having DUIs and all that other stuff, you know. So right now we're on the road to WrestleMania. This is where we're going to start to see the seeds being planted. Those that have been established, the Kevin Owens, the Sami Zayns, they're finna go up. The Seth Rollins, they're finna go up. The Austin Theories, they're finna go up. In some weird way, Dominic and Judgment Day, they're on their way. Somehow, some way, you're about to see a momentum shift of a lot of people. And Will it be the best? No, but I think some of it will pan out better than what we think. So we got to have some patience and not worry that Vince is coming back because I don't see no reason for it, man. I really there's no reason.
Earl, man. First of all, Earl was good. Kevin was good. Benjamin was good. Earl says, my question is, can WWE keep bringing in talent, or will AEW be able to court more and more the longer he stays around?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Say it one more time.
I think he meant to say they, but he says, can WWE keep bringing in talent, or will AEW be able to court more and more the longer they stay around?
Oh well, well yeah they'll continue to bring in talent because it's WWE. That's you've got no problem there. There will be no issue there. It's WWE, so people will always want to go there because those that have never made it there, when they know they've reached a certain point where WWE is looking at them and saying, "Hey, we like you, we want to bring you in," you know you got the opportunity. So of course they'll take it. The ones that's been there and done that, you know, they may be a little different, but no, there'll always be people that will want to go to WWE regardless to regardless of what's going on with AEW. AEW will continue to sign people, and WWE continue to sign people, and TNA will continue to sign people, and New Japan will continue to sign people, and Ring of Honor will continue. They will all continue to sign people, man. It's going to be a fluctuation of people just going wherever they want to, man. But that's the good thing about wrestling, that there's this many opportunities for people to go to this many different promotions and get an opportunity to do something.
Yeah, and exactly like you said, me hit it right on the head too. And for the first time, and I think probably the history of wrestling, man, you have this many. I'm not even. It almost reminds you of the territory days. Yes and no, because you got so many different places where people can go. The only difference is between now and back in the territory days was you had Mid South on this part. You had, Deep South, whatever, Mid Atlantic over here. Everybody owned a section of something. WWE kind of was like that one that kind of was everywhere. But now, for the first time, you can make decent money in Impact. You can make decent money in WWE. You can make decent money outside of WWE. You can go to GCW, and still make a decent living, and these MLWs and things like that. So I think it's cool because it forces everybody to be on their shit. And it's like you said, me and you, we talked about, the analogy of players trading teams, or, players, opting out of contracts and going to play for a different team and linking up together. I feel like it's the same way with professional wrestling, but for the better, because one of our knocks on professional wrestling, specifically WWE, was this: they get labeled and are described as independent contractors, but they can't do independent contractor shit, right? So it's it's like, yeah, you're not a WWE employee technically, but if you want to do something that we don't approve of, you're a WWE employee, and I feel like that's not fair. And I feel like, my thing is, okay, I'm not going to sign a 10-year deal with you, and then be put on the shelf and then fired at your expense. All right, cool. Let's work out a 2-year deal and maybe an option. And guess what? Hey,
if you're getting a 10-year deal, you got to be a big major player in the game. And if you're a major player in the game,
but I'm just saying,
your deal gonna favor you more than it is the company.
But my thing is this, and the reason I'm being a little sarcastic, but the reason I say that is because WWE went through a period to where they were signing people just for the simple fact they didn't want them going nowhere else. So you had people that was getting signed 2, 3, 4 years, and out of that damn deal, 90% of it they were sitting at home and just not being utilized. So my thing is, and money isn't everything to a lot of people. Mox could have made more money staying in WWE, but he said fuck that. He didn't like the way his character and his gimmick was going, and he felt like he could make a bigger name and a better name elsewhere. But okay, that was
he did.
Want to swing things around to the women's division, and this is the women's division across the board. One of our biggest complaints when AEW first started, and it was painfully obvious, the women's division was severely lacking. Then we said WWE was number one as far as mainstream. And then you said Impact was a damn sure close second when it came to the women. AEW was kind of way out the way. What are
You
your
took him a
thoughts
minute,
right
yeah.
now? What are your thoughts right now on Tony Khan and his effort with the women's division? Because he still seems to get quite a bit of flack, and a lot of people are like, "Man, dude, how have you been around 4 years and can still barely squeeze more than one match on the card, if ever?"
I mm,
And also another issue was the lack of women's matches that didn't have to deal with the title picture. It was also another issue.
yeah. Well, that's because we always knew that the women's division in AEW was, boy, they were bad. It was, they only had maybe 4 or 5 women that was actually okay, and you know you only wanted to see, but you could only put them on so much without
Yeah,
them, you know, people getting tired of them quick. So it took AEW a while. That's why we there had to be some supreme patience
yeah,
when it came to their women's division, because we knew WWE had all the good women locked up. Even the women that we knew they weren't going to do nothing with, they had them all locked up.
yeah,
And Impact had all the other ones. So it
yeah,
was like, well, it really wasn't much. And then whoever wasn't there, they were NWA. So it was
yeah,
like, okay, AEW really didn't have much to go off on. They can get a few from New Japan. All right, cool. They did that. They got Britt Baker. They got Nyla Rose. And then of course, uh, uh, uh,
yeah. Sheeta.
Thunder Rosa came on. You had Sheeta, and which, like I said, Sheeta and Thunder Rosa, they came on later on, and so
Yeah,
did Chris Statlander and a few others. They all came on a little later on, and then you had Big Swole. Even Big Swole was there. And she
whoa,
kind of came up.
yeah,
So it took a lot of patience. Now we do see a little bit more of them interaction. Would be nice to see maybe 2 matches on the card. I think Tony can get 2 women's matches uh, on Dynamite. I don't think that should ever be a problem, especially when how you run some of the matches sometimes. Especially when you're not doing a big when you. It's one thing when you're doing like a big TV spot where you got like multiple championship matches. You got qualifier matches and stuff like that. That's one thing.
yeah,
But when you're just sometimes doing just some regular taping where you kind of it's going to kind of be a dead show. Get the
mm-hmm.
women a couple extra matches. You can always change it up. But right now, I don't have a problem with it. Because I see the progress from where it started. And because I seen the progress from where it started,
Yeah,
I'm good with where it's at now. Can it still improve? Oh, most certainly. Oh, most certainly it can. Let me say it again. Oh, most certainly it can still
yes, sir,
improve.
yes, sir.
But it has improved, and though there are some things we've questioned, but Tony Khan has built some new unknown female stars out of that crop of women that he have now, man. You
Yeah,
got Jamie Hayter, we got Jay Cargill, we got, that's just the name 2 right now off the top that really weren't known too much. You know, they were kind of fresh and new, and now they've kind of really made a big name. And so no, I'm good with where they're at right now. I don't really have too much of a problem with it.
no, absolutely, absolutely. And man, like I said, uh, my thing is with you, I just really wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit.
Hmm.
And just kind of, get your thoughts on the year. I know we still got a few more days left in the year. We still got, a SmackDown and a Rampage left before, our wrestling shows conclude for 2022. And then as we head into, 2023, we getting ready to hit that road to the Royal Rumble. We got Cody Rhodes, man, yesterday. He stopped by WWE's Monday Night Raw, and he let his intentions for 2023 become very vividly clear. And that is to continue what he started when he first came back. He wanted to go for that belt that he never won in WWE. And now
Right.
as we look forward to the new year and the rumored stories and matches and feuds that are supposed to happen, uh, just a few last pieces before we get out of here. I want to talk to you about Cody Rhodes. The
Mhm.
honeymoon phase is over. When Cody Rhodes come back in 2023, if he doesn't get the title this year, will his WWE return be a bust?
Yes and no.
Mm.
I, in a way, it will. It will if he wasn't injured.
Mm. Okay.
If Cody hadn't been injured and he
Yes.
had been back, fought Seth Rollins, and he'd been wrestling and been around this whole entire time, and he
Yeah.
didn't get a championship off Roman Reigns yet, yes,
Okay.
yes. Because by this point, you would figure Survivor Series or Clash at the Castle or whatever. One of
Right.
these, something would have happened.
Right.
You could say, well, maybe they could have built it to WrestleMania. Okay, all right, cool, but I don't know if if it would still have the same appeal. Now, a Cody Rhodes returning from injury
Right.
is different because he's returning from we saw the injury. We saw Hell in a Cell. We saw the injury. We knew this dude was going to be out for a while. We knew he was going to be out. There was nothing else to be said about it. Now he's
Right.
gotten himself healthy. He's back. He's clearly going to make it back for the Royal Rumble. Cool. He wins the Royal Rumble. It's set. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for a championship because I think they're going to split the championships up at WrestleMania. I've been hearing a lot of talks that they're going to split the championships up.
Which they need
But
to. And they're also going to get new WWE championships as well. Tag.
yeah, because they need them. I'm tired of them nickel penny, platinum penny looking ass championships. But I definitely can see them doing that, and then maybe somebody else getting the other championship. Could
Yeah.
it be Kevin Owens? Could it be Sammy? It could be, but I truly feel like I really feel like Sammy and Kevin need to they need to get the tag. Like I don't know why, but I feel like a Sami Zayn and a Kevin Owens tag team as tag team champions would
Yeah.
would just go. It would
Yeah.
hit, and they would definitely bring something different to the tag team division because we know how good they are as singles and we know they can work well together as a team. We've seen them team together. So we
Right.
know how we've watched these guys for years. We know how good they are together, regardless if they're fighting each other or not.
Yeah.
So them beating, and I think it would pay more off the story. To me, the story would pay more off with with Jay and Sammy more than it would with Sammy and Roman. Kevin and Roman, sure, you can throw that out there, but I
Right.
feel like they to hit them. I feel like that would be the bigger payoff. So you give me a WrestleMania where they're going to take some tag team gold off the bloodline. You got the Usos going up against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. That's going to be that. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that's not going to be a banger of a match. Yeah, you can't tell me that's not going to be a banger. So I'm hoping that'll build that for that. But I could see Cody because he's been injured coming back, and he'll literally have from the Royal Rumble till WrestleMania to get himself ready.
To
And
go.
if he can't do it, if somehow whatever it is that he does, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a big hand in what it is that he does and how he's presented. If he can't get himself there to where people are going to be happy and want to see it, I don't know if that'll be on them. So I don't think it'll be more on them as it will be more on him.
Got a question for you.
What up, man?
Earl says, I don't see him getting in prior to SummerSlam. But my question for you would be, Kevin Smith, have y'all seen the rumors that it could be Seth versus Drew versus Cody for the WWE Championship on night 1? Night 2.
And the best 2 out of 3? Shit, I'll take that.
Night 2. Roman versus The Rock. And if The Rock don't commit, can you smell The Rock versus Cody? Roman versus Cody. What you thinking?
Well, if they're gonna do the triple threat, I mean, there's no point. One, Let's just put it out there like this.
Is the thought. Well, see, I don't know because see, they plan on having Roman fight both nights. That's the thing. Okay. Question. Does you got Roman going undefeated for over 800 days at this point, right? I think like 895 or some crazy 75, some crazy number like that. Dude,
Right.
Roman losing 2 different championships back to back on 2 different nights. Does that kill the character? Like you had this guy go undefeated for a whole damn it'd be over 1,000 days at that point. And then just like that, you lose 2 nights in a row.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it will, but it won't. It will, but it won't. I mean, because we understand they built the character to be unbeatable, but we also know that comes with a lot with the bloodline interfering, because we know there's quite a few times where Roman Reigns should have lost.
Yeah.
But we know somebody interfered. So it's not like he's Brock Lesnar. He's not Brock Lesnar. Where it's really hard and difficult to really pick someone to beat Brock Lesnar and to make it look legit. I don't feel that way with Roman. So could Roman lose? Yes, because Roman has to take a hell of a fall.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna go down. Look, the tribal chief will definitely go down as one of the top heels. The man dominated for 2 years as the top dog. Like truly, he's the top dog. Like there won't be. Will you tell me if Roman Reigns is retiring or quitting wrestling? I think he'll take some time off, but I don't think he's done. So therefore, I can see him coming back and getting another championship right back.
Right.
Like it's nothing, man. When they get these new belts, he gonna come back and win a new belt. Whatever, man. It is what it is. But I if they don't get The Rock, just give him one night, Sunday night, give it a triple threat: Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. You do it like you did it with the Intercontinental and the European Championship.
Okay.
And let it go.
Okay.
Universal, whoever first falls, Universal. Second falls, WWE. Yeah. Let it go. See, and you can't, and I don't even see, and the same thing about that, he doesn't even have to take both pins. He don't even have to take both pins. Like I'm not in a match and of that caliber of people. I taking a loss to Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins does not hurt him when he's already taken losses to them. Yeah. I don't know if he's lost to Cody, but I know he's lost to Seth. So it's not like him taking a loss to Seth. Like it's not gonna. I don't see that diminishing anything.
And honestly, I think that'll make more sense because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Seth actually is dominating Roman in the win-loss column.
He is, but Roman has beaten him and Seth has beaten him. So it's okay if Seth is in this match. And then for Cody, for his story, for what he's got to come out of it. Yeah, man. No, it would only make sense. It would only make sense. Hell, you can pay. Let's give a little bit of too cold fruition. Let's say this match happens. I say Cody takes the pin for the Universal, and Seth wins. Seth wins. Seth ends up with the Universal, and then but now that makes it even that brings the chances of winning even down further for Cody, because now you just took a loss. Yeah. Now you got to redeem yourself, and then he can get the pin over Roman and beat Roman, and then he can win the new WWE Championship, and then he gets his WWE Championship. Seth his Universal Championship, and now you got Cody and Seth as two guys that you know that's going to be on TV. They going to work. They going to put over, and they your brand champion. To be honest, I think that would be a good way to go. And then you do your little draft or whatever, and then you push forward with all these new people, new or renew or whatever you're doing, whatever you want to call them.
You a dirty dog, man. I like it. And I like that, man. I like that. Look, I'm very excited. You know, I'm very excited across the board. I'm excited to see what this first Dynamite is going to look like in 2023. I'm excited to see, you know, where we go. Like I said, you know, the Royal Rumble at this point is about a month away. And for y'all who don't know, we'll be doing it live at the East Side Compound with my bro Hamilton right there. Man, dude, we got so much to look forward to. We got an interview we'll tell the people later, scheduled for the end of January. You know what I'm saying, top of the year. You know, your boys coming right back to you live and direct with them hard-hitting questions. But man, hey, King,
What up?
let me holler at you, man.
Man,
Before we
holla at
get
you,
out
man.
here,
Hey, man.
before we get out
What
here,
up? What up, man? What up?
it's been a week. I miss
Right.
you. I miss talking
Right
to
on.
the people. Tomorrow we
For
got
sure.
the Wednesday night block party because it's AEW Dynamite, and you know what that means.
That means,
But
yeah, for sure.
before we get out, man, any final words, man, from the King to the people?
Man, we missed y'all. Flat out, man. We missed y'all. You know we love what we do. We just gonna continue to keep bringing what we, keep bringing in that fire that we can. Definitely can't wait for the Royal Rumble. Because like I said, man, I don't know all this talk about possible, but again, it's just possibilities. We don't,
Yeah.
we don't know which way Triple H is gonna swing it just yet, but there, it'll be exciting to see what's going on. I'm sure we're gonna scratch our head on some of it, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen. Not even just for that, for AEW also, because they got Revolution coming up in February or March.
Yeah.
February, I know AEW. I know WWE's got one in February, but that's NXT. That's NXT. That's in February, but AEW's got one in February too. So, but no, man, it's 2023, man. The year of what is that? The bidding war, as MJF said, the bidding war of 2024.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
we on the countdown for that. We gonna see what happens there. We gonna see what happens with quite a few things in AEW and wrestling. But other than that, man, I'm just excited for tomorrow, man. Excited for the block party. That's it. Just talk live with the people, man.
Well, with that being said, hopefully, if the funds hit the GOW franchise's account soon enough, I'll be sipping on some tiramisu. Aneho! Yes, Sirski. It's been way too long. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, goddamn, it feels great to talk back with you. Thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, as yours truly, I'm the 29-year-old piece of gold. He is King Too Cold, and we'll see y'all tomorrow for the GOW AEW Dynamite Block Party. Chill.